Really, that's what democracy looks like. The protests in Wisconsin before and after Act 10 looked like a mess, but democracy is sometimes messy. But if you listen close, the anger over Act 10 didn't sound like democracy at all. I'm Wisconsin reporter Benjamin Yount for Reason TV. In just under a week, Wisconsin voters will finally have their say on Governor Scott Walker and his Act 10 that limited the power of public unions. But if you listen to what's being said on the lead up to Election Day, the language may sound familiar.
How do you even think about how they're employed anymore?
Well, they're basically wage slaves. They don't have any real rights.
Save the workers!
Save the workers!
Save our pensions!
Save our pensions!
Save the workers!
Save the workers!
Save the children!
Save the children!
Save our pensions!
Save our pensions!
We will not
surrender!
Because it ain't fair when working families and middle class are forced to suffer and live on smaller budgets. No, we need systematic change to put a stop to the big corporation tax cuts. We got to band together. It's time for all of us to unite.
The language of the old left, the hard left, is returned. It's now the language of the Wisconsin left. Think I'm being dramatic? Plug Wisconsin workers or Act 10 or both into YouTube or Google. If you don't want to sift through the 3.8 million results, this is what you'd find.
We're going to talk about how to mobilize workers like they did in Egypt, because the mass strikes were what was so successful over in Egypt. So hopefully we can have something like that here and work for an egalitarian society in Wisconsin. So workers unite.
So I think it's time for people to take a stand and to commit ourselves to the fight for a different world before capitalism destroys the entire planet.
And then I think in terms of the bigger picture, when you look at revolutions, the way that you actually get rid of any sort of dictatorship is by having workers take control of the place where they work.
We just spent a month watching people hold revolutions and stand up in a way that, frankly, I didn't imagine was possible in the near term.
If you're taking notes at home, those words were mobilize workers, workers unite, capitalism destroys, dictatorship, and of course, lots of talk of revolution. You also heard the call for strikes.
And when they talk about general strike, I think, you haven't seen that in this country in a while, but I think it would be effective.
Well, I think what's important is that the general strike be not throughout Wisconsin, but throughout the nation.
The general strike would be in support of public sector union members, mostly local government workers, teachers, university employees, white-collar workers covered by Act 10. Those workers, according to USA Today and a report from last year, make nearly 9% more on average than private sector workers. One more number to drive that point home: public sector unions are one of the few union groups growing. The Federal Bureau of Labor Statistics reported that in 2011, 37% of public sector workers were unionized. That same report showed just 7% of private sector workers belonged to a union. Maybe that's why the hard left language about the terrible plight of the Wisconsin worker is not going to decide next week's elections. Those aren't my words. Graham Zielinski, spokesperson for the Wisconsin Democratic Party, said the same thing in an interview with Mother Jones magazine. The reason Act 10 is not a winning issue is that polls show Scott Walker's reforms are working and that the people in Wisconsin are happy with the budget savings they've seen over the past year. A May poll from Marquette University Law School shows just 12% of Wisconsin Democrats said restoring workers' rights is their top priority. 46% of those same Democrats said jobs is priority number one. That's playing a lot more into Scott Walker's hands, as he has seen a string of job reports that, according to both media analysis and, of course, his own campaign, Wisconsin's economy is booming. The language of Wisconsin's hard left has not found its talking point for that, at least yet. For Wisconsin Reporter and Reason TV, I'm Benjamin Yount.